All right, all right. Well, howdy, friends. All right. I'm here today because I want to talk to you about, introduce to you, show you my new amp design that I have built into an Akai M7, M8 monoblock chassis. So let me just do a quick walkthrough of the inputs, outputs, and controls. This is all inside of a cabinet with a single 10-inch Jensen. So what it is, it's a single-ended EL84 tube with two 12AX7s and a 6C4 that has reverb. That's tube-driven spring tank Fender-style reverb, and bias modulating tremolo on the output tube bias modulating tremolo for the single-ended EL84. And here are the inputs there. So we've got this bottom one. The microphone input is your regular Fender hot input. The phono radio is the Fender cool input. Just a resistive network in there. And then we've got volume and tone. We've got our reverb. Here we have a negative feedback switch. Over here we've got intensity for the tremolo. We'll start with that all the way down. And here is an input for a foot switch. Now that foot switch, here, I'll pick it up and show it to you. Well, before I do, just to round it out, over here on the right, we've got the line output with level set here. We've got the power switch and a plug for an external speaker if you want to put this into another speaker cabinet. So now let me switch back and show you this foot switch. So this is something I'm real excited about. The tremolo on this amp without the foot switch is set at a sort of standard 5 hertz oscillation. I was going for a kind of Wurlitzer tremolo sort of vibe on this. And so you can just adjust the intensity with no rate adjustment. However, you plug in the foot switch and you have two rates, a slow and a fast. We have an on-off switch for the tremolo, and then over here we have a momentary switch that momentarily switches from the slow to the fast tremolo speed. And I did that because I wanted to have a quasi Leslie feel on this this tremolo, to be able to get that kind of slow to fast switch feel that is so great on Hammond through a Leslie. So anyway, that's kind of the walkthrough. That's the talk. That's what this thing does. Let me play it a little bit for you and show you. So I'm going to start with the tremolo all the way down, and we've got negative feedback switch in the down position, which is more negative feedback, meaning that it's going to be lower gain, cleaner. And we're going to start with the volume, tone, and reverb all at 12 o'clock noon. I'm going to make sure not to get any bleed into the vocal mic, so I'm going to turn my vocal mic down and play in this setting for just a little bit. Right. So, as you saw there, it is possible to turn the volume control all the way down, but turn the reverb control up and get only wet sound out of this thing. So, if you wanted to have this be your reverb only tank, you could do that too. So now I'm going to bring the tremolo into the equation. I'm going to set that right around noon as well. And let's see. Yeah, I'm going to set a slower speed. So So that's the slow setting from the foot switch. Actually, let's hear the... this is the speed without the foot switch involved. Right. So let's put that foot switch back. All right. So now I'm going to do some playing. I've got the foot switch set up here to a slow rate. And then the momentary button on the foot switch is going to change that rate to the fast. And I'm going to play around here, turn down the vocal mic, and I'm going to play a little bit using the slow and the fast setting there. Aha. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I love playing around with that slow and fast. And so this amp is great for that kind of right on the edge of breakup. You can hit it harder and it'll start to break up. This is, of course, coming into the microphone channel. You can get some genuine clean, you know, very surfy, right? And of course, you know, we've been exploring the clean, the on the edge of breakup sounds, but this amp can very well get into overdrive territory with all the same settings we just had, right? If I give it a good strum, we're almost into breakup territory. Just by flipping the negative feedback switch, we are getting some more crunch, right? I'm going to turn down the vocal mic here, and I'm going to play around. I'm going to turn the reverb and the tremolo off, and we're just going to play around with the overdrive sounds for a second. And the vocal mic down. And just a reminder, I am playing an Esquire, so that's the bridge pickup of Telly you're hearing. It's the Seymour Duncan stacked humbucker. I'm going to start blending in some of the reverb for some true fun classic rock Gilmour kind of tones, right? Let me turn down. So now I'm going to start blending in the tremolo, and there's a neat side effect of the fact that we're power tube bias modulating the tremolo here, and so that's also where a lot of the saturation is happening in this overdrive tone. And so there's an effect of the overdrive sort of overpowering the tremolo in the first part of the attack, the note, and then sort of blending in the tail of the chord of the note that you're playing. So here's a quick demo of that. So I feel compelled now to remind you that this guitar is plugged straight into that amp, right? So the overdrive, the reverb, the tremolo, the tone shaping, that's all just right in there, mic'd up with an SM57. And so that's sort of been my goal. What I wanted this amplifier to be was my dream amplifier. Low watts, 5 watts, simple, reverb, and tremolo. This dual speed on the tremolo was just kind of something that I thought would be fun. You know, it occurs to me, and occurs, you know, alternately. I think the first one I built, that jack for the foot switch was not a jack, it was the frequency. So easy enough to build them that way instead, but you know, how fun is that to change the speed of the tremolo and to have the on off and to be able, yeah, to set 2 speeds. So anyway, what I wanted this amp to be was the amp that I could grab a Telecaster and that amp and go to a gig backing a singer-songwriter, or go to a gig where I'm playing instrumentals or doing jazz or something, and that I can do that gig, right? That I can have the tones, I can have the you know, the coverage. You can put a mic in front of it. That line output, I can plug it into the backline amplifier that's there. I can plug it into a DI that goes into the house, and it's rad. You know, it's rad to have, you know, my guitar and a gig bag on my back and the amp in my right hand, and my left hand is open to, you know, like free to open the door or hold a coffee or do whatever, you know. So that was the dream, and I was able to figure out how to put it all into this this chassis that I've been working with on some other circuits and designs. You know, I've come up with some modifications on the old designs here that I called the SOS. We got cascading and other options for the 2 channels. This is a total departure, and you know, the only parts of the original Akai that I kept, you know, of course, was the power supply stuff. You know, all new caps. I kept some of the plate resistors. It has those cool wire wound 250 ohm plate resistors, so those stayed in. I like to think that contributes a little bit to the sound. But everything else is new build, it's new design, it's new layout. It's all, you know, what I wanted it to be, you know, rock solid and deliver that, you know, it's the only one that I need to go get the gig done. So thank you all for for checking it out, for listening. I'm super proud of this thing. I'm gonna be offering it in the new, you know, in the new year. I'm gonna be using it at gigs, so you'll probably see it if you at some of my gigs. Yeah, check it out. Follow on the social medias, all that good stuff. Take care.
Shot time.